Who's your favorite artist?
Great. Whatever you do, don't forget to be a lion.
Too easy. Yeah. 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 Yeah, boy. We in here, boy. Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's up?
Man, y'all do me a favor, like, share, and tag. Welcome to Band with y'all. Happy Monday to you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. There it is. Work it out.
Work it out.
Yeah, man. What's up, y'all? How y'all feel?
Great.
Like your outfit, Court.
Thank you.
Like a chandelier? Like a whole drapery.
No,
Dr.
that
Gabe.
is not. No.
That's the same material Leah had on yesterday.
Dr. Gabe.
No.
It's really not. It's
blue, wasn't it?
Yeah, same material though. It's their age.
No,
It's the age. It's the age.
How old are y'all?
It's the age.
First of all, hers was thicker.
You gonna look like that too?
Wait a minute.
Boy,
Wait a minute. What are you trying to say?
they ready to
What you trying to say?
they in the mall saying, look at these drapes.
She looks like a woman.
They walk in the mall.
I look like a grown woman.
They look, go to the mall shop. I like this drapes.
Don't do that. First of all, I look good.
They like that long.
Bump
They like
there.
that hang, boy.
I am not agreeing.
Yeah,
I
okay.
am laughing.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But shit, oh, I love this.
That is. She has a variety of clothing.
Thank you.
She
Somebody
wears-
said it's giving grown woman.
Grown
Absolutely.
woman.
It's giving draperies.
I look good.
She
Thanks so much.
wears a variety of items. Not
I
just
sure do.
that.
Thanks
She
so
looks
much.
tight.
Y'all like that hanging stuff. Y'all like that stuff that hangs. The glory.
I almost said something. I almost said something in this mic, but I'm not going to say
They
it.
like the
I
glory.
almost said something, but it's all right.
Do this right here. Hold your hands out.
What y'all call it, flowy? I was wearing. They got
Thank
on me
you.
about flowy items, but it's fine. You look
It's
good.
fine. I wear flowy items. I wear
you-
fitted items.
Fitted, that's what I'm saying.
Court said, my man ain't complaining.
Exactly. I was saying
My man ain't complaining.
I was just going to say
My man like my drapes.
I like my drapes.
I love that. If your
And
man
he
like
does.
it, if your man like it, then
That's what I'm
all
saying.
that
And he
matters.
does. Thanks.
I mean,
Right now,
I mean, he
like
older
what
too.
I like.
I mean, he old too.
He might be
Boy, that look good.
49.
Yeah, he about like 40.
No.
I bet he 40. Boy, that look good.
If your
That know.
man like it, then that's all that matters.
That's all that
Boy,
matters.
that look good. That know. That look
Why
good.
would you?
Boy, that look good. That know.
You so
Good.
rude.
That look good. That know.
It's the clear in the throat.
Good. That look good.
Yuck.
You started it.
That is like.
But it's
okay.
true.
It's
Oh,
all right.
boy,
I think
man.
you look wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's dope.
Yeah.
Really nice material. Really nice.
We
That's
were
all
talking
right.
about artists. My artist was out
Huh? Who's your favorite artist?
there. He just dropped a song, or he made a song in the studio Sunday. It was like, got my hands in my pocket, put my pockets in my hands, I ain't worried about a thing, my palms in his hand. I ain't worried about a thing, my palms in his hand, got my hands in his pocket because
Hey,
I said,
hey, the praise
yo.
team. The praise team was showing their age. They were like, all right, we're gonna get it. Got my hand. It was her and Lynn were like, got a hand in my pocket, but a pocket in my hand. Girl, we killing this night. Girl, we working this night. They like, go, we,
oh,
The
wow.
ageism on this show is not where it's at, baby.
The flow of it, because, you know.
Because we the only ones that's on mic.
Yeah,
We
you
on
know.
the mic. It's got to be right.
We was in the yo.
Y'all gonna stop talking about my age now.
We was
Y'all
in the yo.
gonna stop this.
y'all get old, man.
I'm not getting. I'm getting better.
That's what old folks say.
I'm getting better. I'm getting fine. I got more money. What are you talking
I'm
about?
fine as wine. I'm fine as wine is quality. Soda is noda.
Man. Wait, why are we talking? Who the same age though?
Oh,
Who?
it's not. I'm not.
Who?
Shakira said not I. Brandy said not I.
I mean.
Yeah, I'm not. I just turned
I'm just
29.
saying, ain't got there before
29.
I did. I mean, what are we talking about?
29. You're older. I'm 29, bro.
Ew.
I'm 29, dog.
What are you talking
Y'all.
about?
Oh, it's not getting older is good.
No, babe, I'm getting better. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, whatever.
Why,
I'm
what's wrong with
29.
your shoulder? You all right?
It's still hurting, man.
Oh, we're talking about age.
Well,
No, that's from working out, right?
That's because I fractured it doing martial arts.
Oh, okay.
Y'all be getting hurt walking.
Now they got a little cramp. They got a little cramp.
Ooh.
do it again. Do it.
That is so horrible.
Man, Corey,
That's embarrassing.
we are the same age.
Yes, we are.
How do you feel about approaching 40?
I love it. I love it. Look, I mean, seriously,
I be struggling with it.
I'm excited about turning 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in a better place as a person.
Yep.
You know, I did a side-by-side comparison of me when I was 29 versus 37.
Like the older you get, I would never, or I would do this. I would not go back to my 20s.
No, absolutely not.
Never.
Absolutely
not
not.
unless I was fixing a few mistakes. But to go back to, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I would never do that.
No. We're doing wonderful.
Yeah, we're killing it.
wonderful.
It's dopeness, man. So who's your favorite artist?
Gabriel Powell.
Man, come on, for real. Somebody that's
Got my hands in my pockets.
No, don't. That's no, man. No. Man,
You went crazy. Hey, we gotta talk about that. Don't try
That
to
was
skip
dope.
over that.
let's
That
not
was
talk about
dope.
that.
Crazy.
Let's
Sunday.
not talk about that, bro.
Me and Shakira was in the back, like it's going. We in the yo. For the older people, yo is the studio that are watching. Not the yo is the studio. We in the yo.
Corey like, hey, what?
We in the yo, yeah. So we was in the
You
yo
know.
on Sunday, and it was just crazy. Like it's time.
It's time for what, Chris? What are you talking about? It's not time for
anything.
anything.
It's
It's time for what?
I wrote the lyrics down. The lyrics are, I got my hands in my pocket because my problem's in his hands. I ain't worried about a thing because my problem's in his hands. Oh! It's the Hey, we not skipping that. You killed that on Sunday.
That
we
was
could have
dope.
stayed right
That was dope.
there. Right now, yeah.
It
And
was
then you had
good.
The participation. Like, let's just go ahead and write this record real quick. Who does that? Who does that? You one of a kind. It was phenomenal.
That was dope.
Listen, it was
dope.
good. Hey.
I'm not doing music anymore, man.
Oh,
Womp womp.
I'm not doing music
you
anymore.
have to. The world needs it.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, thank you.
You about to get fired to my stuff.
You
I ain't
just
doing
so
music no
cool.
more, man.
Yes, you have to. There's no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm good, man.
No way you're writing
wow.
songs and everybody witnessed it. It's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And you, the vocals. He said one, then he said three.
Did y'all see this?
Whoa,
Come on.
y'all was killing it.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you.
It was the
Chris,
vocals
them
for me.
those singers,
Crazy.
them
crazy.
Negroes killed
It's
Sunday.
crazy. It's crazy.
It don't make no sense. I texted them. I said, that, listen to me. If I were to start doing music again, I ain't singing with nobody but them. Ever.
There's no way you
Ever.
They
I'm
are
not singing with anybody
crazy.
else.
Y'all crazy.
And get this, them Negroes killed on the floor. They hadn't been on the stage in weeks. They killing on the floor. And you gotta watch them. They know they be killing too.
They know they be killing.
They be like,
it. That's her right there. She gonna do the lean in.
Yeah,
All gonna do the
yeah.
lean in, then they gonna come back out and it's just
yeah,
gonna
they
flow.
be killing, man.
Man,
Y'all cold blooded, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about cold, son.
I enjoyed. We was at our own concert. I didn't.
While Beyonce was doing
I did
hers?
not go see Beyonce. I was at a concert on Sunday. I enjoyed it.
Now look, this may be too much information, but I'm sitting there. We're doing what we're doing Sunday, right? And I had this quick thought. I said, "This still ain't better Beyonce concert though."
Nah, yeah. I mean,
We
she
gotta
just
get-
had the,
Production.
We gotta
Thank
we got
you.
to come up with our stuff, man.
Yeah.
We got to come up at our church, man.
Your concert gonna be crazy.
There ain't gonna be no Beyonce concert.
You ain't gonna.
I mean, but yeah, I think I'm done with the music, man. And just do it. And I think I'm done with it.
Alrighty.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
man.
He didn't say you my favorite artist.
Sorry,
yes, but
just
it's
slipped.
mine.
Yeah. Favorite artist.
Oh yeah, who's your favorite artist?
Oh yeah.
My bad. Y'all didn't ask me. I'll tell y'all who mine is in a minute now. Go for it.
Moonchild.
Moonchild.
Look that up. Who that
Yeah, I
is?
was about to say, who that?
Moonchild. They're a group. They do like R&B, like / jazz. They all play instruments. So like they play flute and keys and clarinet and like they literally play everything, and they're really dope.
All women. They're all women. It's a new group then.
But
That's some witchcraft. You look
Yeah.
up. Let's see what you're talking about.
Cure.
Here. Let's see.
This ain't a good song. This ain't a good song to listen to, but they're a vibe.
Man,
So thank you, Tony Elder. He knows.
you don't turn this
Moonchild. Come on.
Let me get some
They're
water.
dope.
Let me get some water.
Man, all the musicians know what time it is. All the musicians know what time it is. They're dope. Okay. Whatever.
That's massage music.
That is so wet. Why you gotta talk about my stuff?
Why you doing that?
Whatever. Right. Thank you. Didn't even give it a chance.
Oh my God. No.
Thank you, Shelby.
Nah, that's
Moonchild
funny.
is amazing. You just gotta pick the right joint.
Yeah.
You gotta pick the right one.
That was a good one though. It was relaxing.
Whatever.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
good.
give me a better one, man.
Oh, Father
Because as of
God.
now, let me see.
Lay
Cure.
a track down to that.
Let's see this one. Y'all.
Hiring setters that barely
Hold on,
make
let's do
calls
this
for
one, y'all. Hold on. Let's try Cure. It better be good.
Robert Glasper, thank you.
Yeah, Robert is great.
Robert Glasper is dope.
He is.
Thank you.
Yeah,
He knows
dope.
good music.
He's dope. Yeah, we know.
Robert
Yeah, we know.
Glasper.
Is this the same
Yes.
song?
No,
Hold on, we just played this.
You have to skip ahead.
You only got one?
I click Cure. It's the same sound.
You gotta skip ahead.
Hold on, boy, this is garbage. Straight up,
Oh wow.
it's dope.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell them to cut down that introduction, man.
That was just the official video, y'all. That
Oh,
had
Oh,
video.
like
it
like
was an official video.
like Music Soul Child, Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
No,
Gotcha.
exactly.
y'all, I'm still blown away at that.
Yeah, that's how the song goes for real.
That's crazy. I'm all right, yeah, but that was crazy.
Well, I'm not as intellectually savvy as Court.
Your
My favorite artist is I'm a Negro.
Drake.
It's Drizzy and Meek Mill, dog. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. I'm a Negro.
You still like Drake?
It's the cure.
Huh?
Like you still like Drake? Like
I
you
still-
heard his new music or anything? Like
The last record, I was like, he's bored.
he's bored.
Oh.
He's bored.
yeah.
Yeah. That's when I didn't say, well, where the old Drake? I said, oh yeah, that's rich. He's doing rich people stuff.
Yeah, just
Nothing, just doing
anybody.
stuff.
Yeah. He's in concert too right now though.
He is?
Yeah, Drake is.
I thought he's
tour.
done.
He's on tour.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's just sitting there bringing people out, but he on tour.
Yeah. But believe it or not, love Meek Mills.
Yeah. Oh.
Love Meek Mills.
Oh, I love Meek Mill.
Yeah. So Drake and Meek Mill, that's the one that when I'm working out, Holy Spirit says, turn that off.
Turn it off.
And let's worship. And I'd be like, Lord, just a few more seconds of it. Oh, he got one more bar.
No,
Yeah.
that's the real thing.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's my yeah. All right, man. Chris, give us some sponsorships, man.
All right, so today's episode is sponsored by Prissy in the City. Prissy in the City has been operating for over 10 years, specializing in makeup and helping women feel beautiful. The employees at Prissy in the City believe that every woman should look better than they feel. Whether you want to enhance your appearance or need to look stunning for a special event like a wedding, anniversary, birthday party, and more, Prissy in the City is the place to go. In addition to makeup services, they also offer microblading, face facials, makeup classes, and mink lash services. Prissy in the City has everything you need to meet your beauty needs. For more information, you can follow them on Instagram at Prissy in the City or visit their website at www.prissyinthecity.com.
Shouts out to Prissy in the City. Thank you for sponsoring today's show. What would you do? Talk to us, C or K.
What would you do? This is the What Would You Do segment. This is where you can hear crazy relationship stories, wild scenarios, and offer up your opinion. This What Would You Do segment is called Choices. I'm a 32-year-old woman, and I've been dating my boyfriend for 3 years now. Our relationship has been so easy, we barely argue like the same things, and our families love one another. I know I'm still young, but I really thought he could be the one that I spend the rest of my life with until last week. My best friend in the entire world, who I grew up with, invited me to a concert for one of our favorite artists. My best friend and I have been knowing each other since we were 6 years old. Our parents were close, and we spent our entire lives with each other until college. We even went to prom together. Well, we went to this concert, and I posted a video on my story of us dancing. My best friend, which is a guy, had his hands on my waist, and we were doing a little cha-cha dance, for a lack of better words. I posted the video with the caption, "I love him more than anything." I thought it was harmless.
Why would you do that?
When I got home, my boyfriend called me and went off, saying it was inappropriate.
Yeah.
And one of his absolutes is male best friends. He said if he would have known about our relationship and the closeness of it, he would have told me years ago that he had no tolerance for that. He told me I had to make a decision. I mean, I think it's crazy. I've been knowing my best friend since we were kids, and I didn't tell him because it just didn't come up. My best friend has been out of the country, so we hadn't been talking often. I knew it may result in a problem. I love my boyfriend, and I know that I'm getting older, but I don't want to lose my friend either. What would you do?
Child.
You guys, well, you didn't ask me, but.
I did.
Oh, my bad. Well, I thought you was talking to somebody. But,
What would you all do?
No, dog, you don't do no foolishness like that.
You
don't
too
do that.
old.
Yeah, you knew better than
That's
that.
a mess.
Yeah,
That's a
you
high
30,000 years old, bro.
my man.
You shouldn't have done
grown.
that.
Hello.
Yeah,
My
keep.
man.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
to my
yeah.
man.
I ain't about to sing all that. I ain't about to sing all that. Y'all call me back into the conversation when y'all finish that.
We ready. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I would.
No, bro.
Absolutely not. Grow up.
Yeah,
Grow up.
You don't do no foolishness like that.
Grow up.
Yeah, if you do call you say don't, and then you post on social media something, I love him to pieces or
What
something.
you said? Love him more than anything. What you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, that's you about to be you and your best friend about to be across the country again together because your man about to walk out on you.
That's
Yeah.
a mess.
Men don't like male best friends.
No.
That's not a thing. Okay.
What y'all talking about?
Just making sure.
And then you talk the cha-cha. What you mean the cha-cha? I'm about to, man, are you serious? Hands on your waist?
Yeah.
Are we
The
serious?
way I envisioned it was possibly hands on the waist in the front.
Yeah.
It don't
in the
matter
back.
if his hand was on your elbow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a mess. You don't do that.
We're not doing that, and you should have known better. And then, she's 32. She's 32,000 years old. She's been on the whole planet since it was created. So hear me. Why would you do that?
Yeah, you gonna lose your man.
And then y'all been dating 3 years, 3 years, and you didn't tell him about this best friend that's across the country or out of the country. What are you talking about?
That's the thing.
I
You
would
were trying to
say
hide it. That's
Yeah. And then y'all went to a concert. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
woman.
Go ahead. No,
Man, no darn sense. No, man. No, man.
He got you riled up.
Nigga got me burned up. I'm burned up. Because this stuff is real. They should have known that. We sick of this. We are sick of this. I'm like Denzel.
Yeah,
I'm sick of this.
No, that's R. Kelly right there.
That's our Kelly. Yeah, I'm sick of this. They got you fired up, ain't it over there?
That don't make no sense.
We sorry. All right.
What would you do?
Keep your man. Throw your friend away.
No,
All
but
right.
you have to have the other thing is you
Ooh,
have to have
Father.
intentional conversations with your partner, and these are the types of
Yeah.
questions that you have to ask. If that's an absolute for you, why is this just not coming up 3 years later?
Yeah.
She
Was hiding him.
I
She
mean,
was hiding him from the world.
She was hiding him like,
Yeah, like, come on, y'all. How do you have a best friend? Y'all went to the prom together and all this, and then you don't tell someone about this best friend in 3 years.
That's
What's going
in
on?
3 years.
So let me say what happened then. Let me say what happened. She slept with him at one point.
Oh,
Something happened.
Yeah. She slept with him at one point, and they decided that we're gonna just remain friends. And that's why you didn't bring that up.
Something
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Oh, she might would just go be with her best friend then, child.
No, but for real.
Yeah, just be with your friend.
Be with him. Since we doing that.
Chris, thank you for what would you do, man. Awesome story. All right, y'all, let's do our activity. Shakira, talk to us. What we got going on for tonight? Hey, Shakira, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Great to see you. This is Who Said It.
Oh God.
So you each have a buzzer. Can you test out your buzzers for us?
I was first. Let me hold it.
Yeah, hold it to your mic.
So I'm going to give you quotes from previous episodes of Bandwidth, and you are going to tell us who said it.
So why do we have this?
Whoever buzzes in first
Gotcha.
gets to answer.
Okay.
Do you get to tell us who gets to answer once we buzz? Like you say, okay.
Absolutely.
And do
What's-
we hold it up to like?
Is there a prize?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Why would you choose
Your
that
sound.
one? Yo.
Right. What's that mean? Uh-oh.
All right.
We ready?
I'm ready.
Ready?
Mhm.
Okay. Feel free to play along in the comments. First up. You 47 with no job. That's questionable.
Can she finish the question?
I know you said it.
But I didn't even hear the question.
Okay.
Man of God.
Right. You 47 with no job. That's questionable.
Desiree. No! Do they get to go? Or nobody get to go after that?
Do you guys know it?
Dr. Gate.
Me.
Whoa. Not man of God. I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
It's fine.
Next is hurry up and get these taters.
That's Dr. Gate.
Why would you say that?
No, when did I say that?
Come get these taters?
It's when Chris had on that money bandana with like blunt.
Explanation.
That's funny. That's funny. All right, keep going.
Laughing at yourself. Wow.
All right, next is get nervous because of people.
Me.
No.
Oh, I know. Desiree.
Yeah, she did. She says that. Yeah.
I can hear her saying that. I can hear her saying that. Even though she's good at it.
This nasty.
Who's first?
That was Courtney Felicia Spencer.
Yeah.
You said that?
She says that
Wow.
all the time. That's the stuff.
This nasty is giving me.
Y'all do realize I don't have any points.
Yeah, because you have to hold it up here.
No, I don't know the answer.
You don't?
No, I'm trying to like. Okay, let me catch up. Come on. All right,
Interesting.
go ahead.
Bishop.
All right. Everyone get ready. I know people think I'm insensitive. I don't care.
Dr. Gabe.
Yeah.
You could have won that one.
Yeah, you could have got
I
that.
was just saying.
Yeah. Only you.
Correct.
All right, we got
All
three
right.
more.
Who's winning? Me.
Yes.
You're winning for sure.
All right. Next one is this a race? Can we win?
Me. Who's me? I said it.
Give it a point, man.
Are you
Yeah, you won. Yeah, you won. I
Yeah,
remember
you
that
won.
episode.
I'm a great competitor.
That was the energy drink one, right? No? Yes. I remember that.
Okay. Next is
Oh.
no job, no car, no sir.
Is it me?
Yeah.
That again? It was me?
Oh no, it wasn't you. You won. Are you?
You can answer.
Yes, I said Dr. Gabe. Oh,
no.
dang.
Desiree.
She said no job. What did she say?
No.
No car, no job, no,
No,
sir.
sir. Okay. That sounds like her.
I love her.
Definitely Desiree.
Okay, this is the last one.
Lord, help me.
Yeah.
Help me, Lord, get this
Help
last
him,
one.
Jesus.
I forfeit.
I think you'll
Help
get
him,
this
Lord.
one.
I forfeit.
we
Okay.
can do it.
No,
No, y'all got to do it.
Oh, okay.
I want nothing given to me.
Woo, Jesus. Okay.
all right. Alone in the room.
It's just me and you.
Man, come on, bro.
I feel so afraid. Is that the lyric?
You still don't know the words?
I don't know what. Come on. I won. What's the prize? I get to sing it.
Yes.
Oh.
Have your way.
Thank you, Shakira, for that wonderful activity.
Try.
Shakira, while we're on it, give us our current events for today.
He tried. That was a good game.
Y'all do realize I knew none of those answers.
Really didn't know?
I didn't know any of them.
Listen to us.
I did not know any of
You
the
don't listen to
answers.
us, do you?
You knew.
Obviously, I don't listen to myself either because I was like, I didn't. All right, Shakira, go
I'm
ahead.
stuck on no job, no car, no sir. I'm sorry.
So, up first we have passing up Magoo.
Yeah.
So Melvin Magoo Barcliff, best known for his contributions to hip hop as one half of Timbaland and Magoo, has died at the age of 50. According to Variety, the Virginia Chief Medical Examiner confirmed the news today. The cause of death has not yet been revealed. Known most widely for his work with Timbaland, Magoo also worked with Pharrell Williams, Elliott, Aaliyah, and others during his career.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's that's the those are the days. That's why I played Aaliyah and all those people because we grew up on those
That
guys.
whole Virginia crew.
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
dope.
Shouts out to his family praying for them. Man. All right.
Former NFL player and subject of the movie The Blind Side, Michael Orr alleges his adoption, which was a major plot point for the movie, was a lie. SportsCenter reports that Orr petitioned a Tennessee court on Monday with allegations that a central element of the story was a lie, concocted by the family to enrich themselves at his expense. So the petition alleges. I'm gonna start over. The petition alleges.
Yeah, you jacking up over there.
I'm nervous in front of you.
That was good.
Alleges that the family never actually adopted him, but rather they put signing a document making them his conservators, which gave them legal authority to make business deals in his name. The petition also alleges that the Tuohys used their power as conservators to get the movie deal that resulted in millions of dollars in royalties from an Oscar-winning film, while Orr got nothing for a story that wouldn't have existed without him. So, he's seeking to end their conservatorship, to bar them from using his name and likeness, and to have the couple pay him his fair share of profit.
Wow.
Did y'all know about this?
I read it today.
I read it.
Really?
Too.
This is my first time hearing about this.
That's crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
love that movie.
What's the movie?
The Blind Side.
Yeah.
The Blind Side. What was that? A football movie?
It's a
player.
football.
Yeah.
But this isn't the first-
Caucasian family adopted him.
That's not. So it's not true.
It was supposed to be based on a true story. They said
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Yeah.
That's not a.
Basically, he's saying they lied
They lied.
and they took all the money.
But this isn't the first time that I've heard like negative things specifically about that family in relation to him. So this is crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And that's it.
All right, Shakira, thank you for our current events for today, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Courtney Spencer with our Black Political segment. Courtney, how are you?
I'm doing well, Dr. Gabe. So anyways, y'all, just to talk about some of the things that are happening politically here in the state of Georgia, something happened that literally shook up the landscape of politics here in the state of Georgia. There is a state representative here that represents probably one of the bluest districts in the entire state. She decided to become a Republican. just out of nowhere. And in fact, she actually made history in becoming the first Black woman in the GOP in the General Assembly on the Georgia, Assembly here. And so her name is State Representative Misha Maynor, and her district is actually in the Midtown area. So Georgia Tech, all of that is her district. And she said she was attacked and harassed by her fellow party members because she took a stand on two pieces of legislation that was really kind of contentious in the Georgia House. One of them was private school vouchers, and one of the things that the Republicans wanted to do was, hey, if you want your child to go to private schools, or if you want your child to have a choice as far as charter schools, we're going to give you money in order for you to have that choice for your child. That was something that the Democrats were against. But she said, look, I think that people should have an option, if you want to go to a different school, or if you want, funds to go to a private school, you should have that option. And so once she did that, that was kind of the final straw for her. And she pieced out from the party. And so when she switched, different Dems online just started somebody even wrote a check for $1,000 and posted it online and said, look, we're going to contribute to the person who decides to run against her. But there was something that she said that really stuck out to me, that I wanted to pose this question to our viewers, and I wanted to post it to the Bando crew, because that's our name. She said something while she was interviewing on CNN. She said, every single policy issue that is important to my community was a policy issue that the Republican Party was supporting. So it's not party, it's really policy. Who is supporting my community? She asked. The lawmaker cited poor literacy and math skills in her district's public schools, blaming the former Democratic colleagues for relentlessly stonewalling her efforts to help minority families access better schools. And I quote, she says, I tell people, look around you. The schools are failing. We have high crime. There is not a Republican in office, so we can't blame Republicans. Democrats need to blame themselves for the problems in our communities, and I'm just trying to make a difference. And so I started thinking about all the different Black and brown folks that are becoming disillusioned with the Democratic Party. And they're saying that they say that they're for minorities. They say that they're for Black folk. They say that, but they're really not advocating for us. And I'm seeing that people are leaving in droves, and they may not go to the Republican Party, but they're leaving the Democratic Party. And so just really asking the question, do you think that the Democrats are really still for Black and brown people? Now, I am a staunch Democrat. I want to really put that out there just in case somebody wants to bring this back in about 5 years.
So say it again.
Again, I am a staunch Democrat.
One more time.
I am a staunch Democrat here in the state of Georgia, and as well as the Southeast. But I want to ask, because of some of the things that are happening, many people of color are becoming disillusioned with the party. And also knowing this historically, Republicans were the progressive party. Republicans, they're the party of Lincoln. They were the party of abolitionists in the 1860s, 1870s. When you go into the 20th century, many of your staunch segregationists, such as Alabama Governor George Wallace, Georgia Governor Gene Talmadge, South Carolina lawmaker Strom Thurmond, they were all staunch segregationists, and they were all Democrats. They didn't start going over to the Republican Party until legislation started changing and saying, hey, you're going to have to desegregate these schools. And so you start seeing those segregationists move over to the Republican Party when Nixon came in office, war on crime, all of these different things. So again, what are your thoughts on that?
So I think we need to understand that at one point, Black people were mainly Republican, number one. I think we're getting back. I think what's happening now, Court, is that the Black and brown community are starting to be more educated about politics like we've never been before. For 20 years, you've seen African American, in my context or my demographic, you didn't really see young people knowledgeable about politics. You saw us knowledgeable about entertainment. Well, that's changing. And so we're millennials, Gen Z and Gen A, will start to reform their. When you talk to the average Gen A or the Gen Zer and these new, specifically Gen Zs and the new Gen As coming, they're going to be very passionate about politics. And so you're going to start seeing that generation not claim any party. They're going for who's for the people, who's for legitimate change. So I think what we need to understand is at this point, based upon where we are as a society, we may want to step away from the association of party and start looking for integrity.
Absolutely.
Let's look for integrity. And if the person that has the most integrity, if they are the opposite side of what we have been used to voting for and being a part of, then I need to put them in office. And this is why we always talk about this when during voting season. Don't just go and vote, stand in the line and think that you've made your contribution. No, you have to educate yourself before you get to the polls, because you can get there and just go to the Democratic side and just start voting Democrat, and you find out that these people do not have belief systems that will be beneficial for our community. You may have a Republican that's saying no. You understand what I'm saying? So I think the next wave for us is, especially young people, and I mean young people, millennials on down, we need to start putting people like yourself in office that will, plainly speaking, that will advocate for our communities.
You know, and you said something that was so key. You know, we talk about the 2020, which I think, breaking news, the indictments, I think he's being indicted here in the state of Georgia as in Donald J. Trump. But going back to the piece of integrity, when you go back to 20,
I just want to. He's been indicted so many times. I'm starting to think he's black. Keep going.
This is number 4. This is number 4.
I'm sorry. That was.
And you know, a small piece of history. These are state charges. So a president, say if he is reelected in 2024, he cannot pardon himself, because these are state charges. If these were federal charges, for example, Gerald Ford pardoned Richard Nixon when, of course, he got out of office, because of the whole Watergate piece. He was able to pardon him. Those were federal charges. But state charges, no. So that's something to also consider.
So hold on,
as
explain
well.
it again.
So what he's being indicted for are state level charges.
Gotcha.
If you are president of the United States, you cannot be indicted, or you can't basically go away if it's federal. But if it's state level, that's why this whole situation with Fulton County's district attorney, Fonnie Willis, which is an amazing woman. That's why this is such a interesting case, because this is state level. He cannot pardon himself. President Gerald Ford was able to pardon Richard Nixon because of Watergate, right? But he can't, Trump, if he's reelected, he cannot pardon himself.
But what's the chance of him being reelected after this?
He's still the front runner. And from the research that I've conducted, people don't care. People don't care about these indictments. People don't care about these charges. People don't care about anything like that, because they're looking at policy stuff. They don't care. In fact, people just want us to kind of move on from this, because people want to talk about the issues. Why can't I feed my children?
Sure.
What's going on in the schools? Why are they taking Black history out, or muting or detracting certain things in Black history in these schools? People want to talk about the real issues, and not why Donald Trump, even though, to be honest, this was a direct attack against the Constitution. This was a direct attack against the Republic. What he did, number one, inciting a riot, which has not happened. Something like that, an attack on the Capitol, has not happened since the 1860s when Abraham Lincoln was elected. This was tampering with our electoral process. When I was talking about integrity, I wanted to talk about our Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, when this whole situation was happening and Trump saw the writing on the wall that he was going to lose the state of Georgia. Mind you, we've not had a a Democratic governor in the state of Georgia since the early 90s. And so for him to lose the state of Georgia was absolutely humiliating. And so when Donald Trump made that phone call to our Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, and said, hey, I need you to find 12,000 votes for me.
Yeah.
You are tampering with the electoral process in the state of Georgia when you tried to come up with fake electors to certify the race here in the state of Georgia. You are tampering with the electoral process in the republic in the United States. And so to me, I mean, I don't want to get too much into it because, again, we don't want to bring this up in about 5 years. But I mean, it's just so much to it, and it's a direct attack on our nation. It's domestic terrorism, if you ask me.
What was your opinion about what we were talking about earlier about Democratic versus Republican? Where are we going when it comes to who's right, who's wrong? How should we approach deciding what party we are affiliating with?
I think that, number one, I do think that there is strength in numbers. So as of right now, the two major parties that are in place, of course, Republicans, Democrats, and then you have independents. I think in order for there to be another party, I think it would have to take a strong push in that area, in that arena. If you look throughout history, there have been other parties other than Democrats and Republicans. There have been the Whig Party, the Federalist Party. I think it was the Federalist Party versus the Republican Party in the 1700s. So that's just kind of what happens throughout history. There are going to be evolutions, but in order for something like that to happen, it would have to be a huge wave. Now, as far as people voting, I think that people should vote according to their conscience. I am very concerned with when you speak specifically about Republicans and Democrats, and it's very, sometimes it can be a little frustrating because, again, I'm a staunch Democrat, but sometimes the way we play the game is interesting. The Republicans play chess. The Democrats, in many cases, play checkers. I was talking to a lawmaker, which of course shall remain nameless, and they talked about how some of our Republican brothers and sisters, they go away for days, and they come up with strategy not for the next 3 years, not for the next 5 years. They come up with strategy for the next 40, 50 years. And so when you think about the state of Georgia, who's in power right now? And what's being planned behind the scenes. So all of this stuff about, critical race theory and editing our history, because don't think that that's just going to be in the state of Florida. There are some things that are already in the works here in the state of Georgia. So when you start thinking about them taking out certain things in history and editing history and saying that slavery was of benefit to Black folk, when you start thinking about that, it's like, when did this planning start? Did it start in 2020 or did it start in 1998? You just thinking about it from that perspective. And so I think in many cases we might need to start changing our strategy and stop getting so deep in the weeds and really what's going on with the people. What are the needs of the people? And I think once we get back to the basics, I think we're going to win the base back.
Now, when you say, last question, what is who is we? Because we have an audience, we have people who listen to these things, and I think this is why we're in the trouble that we're in. We keep doing the us and them. I'm not into politics. I don't know anything about it. And we just kind of watch things happen from a distance. Maybe because we're not confident on the knowledge, maybe because we've been taught culturally that we don't get into things like that, blah, 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 blah. What would be the answer to come back? Because you mentioned chess versus checkers. How can the audience, regular people, how can they get involved with, what can they do on a basic level to assist in combating some of these policies that's being passed from a party or a group of people who are not necessarily advocates for our communities?
That's such a great question. I think number one is get to know who the players are. Who is your elected official? Who is your state representative? who is your state senator? Because you have more than one person that represents you. You have state senator, you have your state senator, you have your state rep, you have your U.S. congressman, you have your local officials within the city. So number one, getting to know who those people are. Number two, they need to know who you are. Make those phone calls, set up those meetings.
So pause. Let's slow down. So you mean to tell me any person that's listening to us right now can get on the phone and introduce themselves?
Absolutely. It is the purpose of, specifically, let's talk about the legislative branch. The purpose of the legislative branch is to be a voice for the people. And so it is their duty to hear from their constituents and be a voice for them. And I think that's probably one of the reasons that State Representative Maynor is getting in so much trouble, is because, of course, she's going off of her own conviction and she's saying, I'm representing the voice of my community. But when you listen to her actual constituents, folks that are in Midtown, I think she was voted for 65% when she was voted in office in 2021. She had 65% of the vote. She was well liked. It's one of the bluest districts in the state of Georgia. When you talk to her constituents, they're like, I didn't vote for a Republican. That's not who I voted for. And please know, when next year comes around, don't know how great it's gonna go for, unfortunately. But yes, sir, we're there to be a voice for their constituents.
And my final question is: let's say I get on the phone and I call these particular people who hold office. What can I say? Like, what should I say?
Be educated about what's happening in your community.
Very good.
Okay, so what's going on with the roads? Hey, Representative da-da-da-da, I've noticed that the roads in my area, there are a lot of potholes. What's going on with that? Or I've noticed that this is going on with the schools in my community. I think I saw that you sit on the education committee at the State House.
Love it.
I know you have a voice there. Can we have a conversation so that you can take what's really going on in my community to those committees so we can get real legislation to the House floor and get it passed?
So I don't have to have education. I don't have to be any of this to get involved with my community.
Absolutely. And they're going to open up their doors to you because they want to hear from their constituency. Because I'm gonna be honest, if they close the door on you, people will get on social media. Like, they realize that, we have to hear from the people.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Courtney Spencer, Black political senator. Yeah, man. Phenomenal, y'all. Phenomenal. When are you gonna run for something? All right. We'll talk about it later. Yo, let's have a conversation before we go. It's late, ain't it? Let me do this in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you know when it's time to change your inner circle? Really good conversation. I'm going to speed this up as much as possible. Write this down in your notes if you're taking notes, and just kind of remember this if you're not. Not all friendships are meant to last a lifetime. And that's the problem. I think we have a difficult time transitioning. You have to grow up, and a part of growing up is making difficult decisions. We think that life is all about romantic relationships and money. It is not. You have to understand that your life, at your maturity, one of the marks of your maturity is being able to make mature decisions about all aspects of life, including friendship. Now, I want to preface by saying this conversation is not to suggest that you are to just get rid of everyone that you love, but it does mean you may need to make some assessments and some repositionings. If you are a person of faith, you may be familiar with a story in the scripture concerning Job and his family, or his friends. Job lost everything. He lost everything. And the scripture says that he had 3 friends to come and see about him. And here's what Job called them. You are miserable comforters. He called his three friends miserable comforters. And one of the things that we talk about in the environment of, let's say, theology is what did those friends do right and what did they do wrong? Now, we love the fact that they did several things right. And the scripture says that they did one thing. They came first. They did this first. They came. They were present while Job was suffering. So I think that's phenomenal that people are present. The second thing they did is they grieved with him because the scripture says that they put dust on their head and they cut their robes. And the third thing that they did was spent time with them. So they came, they grieved, and they were present. Get this, and they waited. Here's what I love about it. There's a particular verse that says they waited 7 days until they gave him advice. They waited 7 days until they gave Job advice. Now, those are the three things they got right, but then they did some other things wrong and they got in trouble with God. Nevertheless, I love this particular story because this is how these are some of the things that you need to look at when it comes to relationship. Now, pause. I want to talk about loyalty for a moment because they grieved with Job, because they were present, because they spent time. Sometimes those things are difficult to, it causes you to stay in a relationship longer because of history and loyalty. And so just because people have been present, just because people have been walking with you, that does not mean, hear this, it does not mean that you're not responsible for being honest with yourself and saying, hey, they've been present, they have been loyal, but are they beneficial for my future? They were though you were present with me in the past, though you are present with me now, it is my responsibility to assess all relationships in my life to see if you are beneficial for me in the future. What is friendship? One of the things I love about the word friendship is, according to scripture, Solomon says that a friend sticketh closer than a brother. So friends, in theory, that get this, don't miss this. Most people won't agree with this, but it is true based upon the scripture that friends hold more value than family. That if you sticketh closer, that a friend sticketh closer than a brother, which is a family member, that means that friendships hold more value than family. There are family members that you're not close to, but there are friends that you will literally die for. And they will die for you. So we have to reevaluate what the word friendship is. Let's talk about it. Friendship is about sharing. Everybody has different definitions, but today we're going to say this. Friendship is about sharing. If you are the only one giving, if you are the only one sharing, if you are the only one reaching out, if you're the only one reaching out, then you have to assess maybe this relationship shouldn't continue. Why is this important? Because you'll be surprised that there are people listening to me now. You are giving 100%, and the people that you're in friendships with, they are not. They get to you when it's convenient, and you make sacrifices for them. You are a person that may need to reevaluate your friendship. Jim Rohn quotes this: "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with in your life." The truth is, who you spend the most time with is who you eventually become. I'm going to say it again. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So the truth is, who you spend the most time with is who you eventually become. So I like to say it like this. If 9 of your friends are rich, you're going to be the 10th one. If 9 of your friends are poor, you're going to be the 10th one. If 9 of your friends are negative, you're going to be the 10th one. If 9 of your friends are into fitness, you're going to be the 10th. If 9 of your friends are obese and they care nothing about their health, you're going to be the 10th one. So understand that you are the places you've gone, the people you've met, and the encounters or experiences that you've had. Even with friends, write this down, you should raise the standard. You should be deliberate in choosing who you let or allow to be in your life. Guard your heart. So it's interesting that everyone has a high standard about dating, but no one has high standards about friendships. Tony Robbins says this: the only thing that will change your life, change your business, change your relationship is that you must raise your standards. So if you are not successful, if your life is not going in the direction that you have intended or that you wish, one of the things you need to stop doing is playing the blame game on everybody else and say, how high are my standards? And I also have to raise the standards on who's in my environment or who's in my circle. Some of us have bums as friends. And so you cannot be successful and then your friends are bums. You must raise the standard. Now, this is about maturity. The older and the more mature you get, the more serious life is to you. You have to reevaluate your inner circle and you have to step back and say, wow, I don't have high standards when it comes to friendships. So the standards you have for yourself must be high, and the standards you have for your life should be high. And that is inclusive. That has a lot to do with this, the people in your life. Confucius also wrote one of these first quotes about surrendering yourself with good people. He said this, and you for me with this: if you are the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. So if you're the smartest person in your circle, then you have you need to reevaluate that circle. Now, this is for the person that's listening to me and you love to be the most successful in your circle. You love to be the smartest one. You marvel. You may not say it publicly, but in your heart, you like the fact that you look better than everybody in your circle, that you live better than everybody in your circle, that you've graduated, you have more accomplishments or accoutrements than everybody in your circle. You like the fact that people just are impressed with you. And this is why you're not successful. Because you're the only one that's successful in your circle. If you are the best in the circle, you're in the wrong place. So you can be successful with materialistic things, but it does not mean you're growing. You can only grow at the level of the environment that you are in. So I have to reevaluate my current relationships. How do I reevaluate? Number one, I look at text threads. Here's a good thing that you can do to reevaluate. Look at your text messages, look at your conversations, look at the time spent with people and ask yourself this: are you becoming better with this circle? A lot of you have text groups. Are you becoming better? Are you being challenged? Are you improving? Are you progressing or digressing or degressing in your life? And if you can't see improvement, progression, if you can't see that your life is challenged, then you are in the wrong environment. Interesting. So how do you know? I have 11 things I want to give you and I'll let you go. 11 things. How do you know when it's time to change your inner circle? Number one, ask yourself this question: am I getting what I need and what I want in this relationship? Now, pause. Am I getting what I need, what I want out of this relationship? That can be misunderstood. We all have needs and we all have wants. Am I getting that on a regular basis? That means, am I in a relationship where people put forth the effort, put in the comments, assuming that you have that same sentiments towards the friends, that you are trying your best to give them what they need and what they want. You have to ask yourself, if I'm trying to give people what they need, and you rate yourself, you say, hey, I put forth my best effort to make sure that I'm giving the best contribution in this relationship. You have to say, is that being done for me as well? Am I getting what I need and what I want? Again, I want to put this out here. Some of you are in relationships where you're the only one giving.
Jesus.
And typically, when you are the one giving, that means a person is using you. They don't have the capacity to do let's say for the sake of conversation, I don't agree with the 50-50 in relationship. They're not giving the 100. I'm in this relationship and we may give at different capacities, give at different levels, but in this relationship, the purpose is to meet your needs and meet your wants, as well as yours is to meet my needs and meet my wants. So if you're on that side of the spectrum where you're saying, I don't know if my needs and desires are being met or attempted to be met, I may need to reevaluate my circle. Number two, is this person draining or fulfilling? Let's say, are they energizing or motivating. If you're constantly being drained in a relationship, emotionally, financially, spiritually, mentally, it's mentally draining. Constant arguments, constant disagreement. I'm always putting out financially, and this person is never giving to me. We have to be very, very clear that we all give at different levels. It's not about giving the same thing. It's about finding out what you can give and giving that at the best level. And I'm saying to you, are you drained in a relationship? Is this relationship fulfilling? Hear this. If you're not being fulfilled in a relationship, understand this. This may be a sign that you have outgrown this relationship and it's time to move on. It does not necessarily mean all the time you get rid of people, but it is okay to reposition people. Many of us are disappointed in a relationship because we have false expectations, or we're trying to force someone to be a 10 when they can only be a 5. Stop trying to make 10s out of 5s. And once you realize that this person is just a 5, you will embrace and love them for that 5, but you may have to move on and say, if you're a spiritual person, Lord, send me to the person that's a 10. So are you being drained? Is it a constant pull? Give some other examples. Are you always the one pouring out to people? Are you always the one encouraging people, motivating people, telling people to, hey, you can do it. You can do this. You can encourage, getting them to be better, but no one is, or encouraging them to be better, encouraging them to be more successful. Get up. You can do, you can be, you can do whatever. Always pulling them out of circle, but no one is pouring back into you. That can be draining, and that may be an indication it may be time to move on. Number 3, does this person have my back? Now that's very, very important. Do you have my back? Do you have my back? Pastor Keon said this I think maybe last Sunday. He was talking about, you can tell who your real friends are when you don't have anything. Do you have my back financially? Jesus. Do you have my back financially? That if I come across a hard time, can I count on you? Because I'm assuming that you're not a user, because some of the users will be like, yeah, I need you to have my back financially. We're not talking about you, Bomb.
B-U-M.
We're talking about people who are authentically attempting to become something, but we all have hard times. Do you have my back? Get this. And having my back suggests that you're not going to remind me about what you did.
Say that one more time.
You don't have my back if you're constantly reminding me that I owe you something. Do you have my back? Not just financially. Do you have my back spiritually? Now, that's very, very important for people who are spiritual. Can I challenge yourself? Challenge people around. Hey, do you ever pray for me? Let me say that again. Do you ever pray for me? Now, watch this. We all talk about, I need a husband or a wife that's going to pray for me. You actually need friends that will pray for you as well.
Friends. Jesus.
You need friends that will pray. We're not talking about deep intercession, but do you pray for me? Do you take me to, if we're real friends, then I would assume, especially if we're people of faith, that you would at least pray for me at times, that I know someone is praying for me. That suggests that we're real friends. Do you have my back? Do you have my back spiritually? Do you have my back financially? Do you have my back emotionally? Or do you stress me out emotionally, or are you a support system? Number 4, is this person honest with me? That's very key, ladies and gentlemen. Honest with me about, get this, honest with me to me about me. Some people are honest with us to other people about us, but are you honest with me to me about me? Do you know that honesty is oftentimes a lifeline? If I am sinking or failing in life, sometimes honesty will be the lifeline. I needed someone to tell me truth. Not only honest with me about things in my life, but are you honest with me about the conditions of our relationship? Meaning this, that every relationship has parameters of some sort, faithfulness, commitment, etc. All those things. If you're not honest with me, then I can't trust you. Are you honest with me? Is there honesty? Is there transparency? Are you honest with me about how you feel about me, about the condition of the relationship? We need honesty so we can have trust. Number 5, does the relationship offer a safe place for me to be myself and for the other person to do the same? What's the safe place? Number 1, you feel valued and valuable. That's a safe place. Safe place is not nobody will break into the house while we're here. A safe place is a place where you're valued. Number two, you can truly be yourself without risk of judgment. Now, judgment and critique are two different things. That you can critique and tell me the truth about something, but to know that your view of me is not changing.
That's good.
Because I'm a human. Can't hear this. Number three, can you show your weaknesses without being taken advantage of? That's deep.
Yes, it is, sir.
Can I show you my weaknesses without being taken advantage of? Like, you may have a friend that's a giver, but do you have friends that will know that you will give anything in your possession and they don't use that against you? Oh, I know he'll do it, or I know she'll do it. That's not friendship. Friendship is actually, I know they'll do it, so I'm not going to ask.
I'm not going to ask. That's the one. That's the one.
Can you share and express yourself freely? In the relationship, this is a safe place. You feel seen and heard and understood. That's a safe place. You feel seen. You feel heard. Not agreed with. Agreement is not a safe place. That's very dangerous if everybody agrees. But do you see me? Do you hear me? At least, do you understand? Those are signs of safe places. Number 6, in terms of how do you decide whether or not your inner circle is for you, or you may need to change. Do I feel better about myself after spending time with people? Do I feel better about myself after I come out of this environment? Some environments, y'all, some inner circle, we have inner circles. Sometimes life is life, and you get around these people. And one of the things I found out about friendship is when you're going through difficult times, you get around the right people. You feel like after coming from around them, after being around them, you just feel like holding on. Mm-hmm. You know, life is not that bad after I get around a group of people. Let me just say this. If I were in a leadership training, I would say things like this. Everybody's trying to be popular and talented, but the people that are the most in demand, or in demand the most, are the people who, when people get around them, they feel better. And that's more valuable than money. And I know a lot of people that they are not that type of person. I know a lot of people that nobody likes you. Your spirit is off. If I were out in the secular world, I'd say energy is off. That you don't make for a good day. That literally people would be okay not being around you ever. And that's a problem. That's a problem. No, everybody wants a good friend, but nobody wants to be a good friend. And the scripture says, it doesn't say if you want a friend, make yourself friendly. It says if you have friends, make yourself friendly. It does not say if you want one. If you have friends, make yourself friendly. Meaning this, if you have people who say you're my friend, then at all times try to display friend characteristics.
That's so good.
Yeah. Do you feel accepted for who you are, even when you're having a bad day? So, as we conclude this, let's be very, very clear. I'm not always strong. Can I still be strong? If I'm not always strong, but do you still view me as valuable and strong? I'm not always at my best, but am I still the best? I'm not always going to have great moments, but am I still great? That's friendship. And if I have to be at the top to be your friend, then this is not a friendship. I may need to reevaluate my inner circle. When do I recoup, re-up? If I'm always at the top, where do I go to refuel?
Jesus.
And the only way you can refuel is to go somewhere and be depleted. And if I can't be around you and be depleted, then you're not my friend. Like from my context, y'all, if I have to be pastor all the time, I need to find another environment. If I have to be a winner all the time, everybody wants to win, but let's talk about this. You know, sometimes it feels better to lose. You've never heard that before. You've never heard that before. But you do know that sometimes it's less pressure to win. I'm so glad I didn't win that. I'm so glad I didn't accomplish that. Because once you win, now you feel obligated to stay there. And when can I just be nothing and something at the same time? And if I'm in an environment where I have to always be something, that's cool, but this is not my friendship. Jesus. So, Shakira, I need you to help me write this book called Stinky Feet. Jesus. And this concept is we have to talk about if the 12 disciples walked with Jesus and he was 100% man and 100% divine. That means he 100% smelled. Yet Peter still said this, you're the Son of God. So I need a circle that I can be 100% divine and 100% a human being. That my smell, my odor, my dysfunction does not cloud your perception of my greatness. That's a friend. Number 8, do our conversations feel natural, and do I feel heard in all situations and at all times without judgment? Conversations feeling natural. I don't know if conversations can feel natural unless there is acceptance. And let's do a parenthetical to this right here, y'all. Interest breeds natural conversation. Interest. You want to be around people who are interested in you.
Bye.
See, if I'm not interested in you, then the conversation is going to always be challenging. There's nothing to talk about because we're not, if I'm not interested and you're not interested in me, when do we have invigorating conversations? It's almost like this. I can't wait to talk to this person. Mm-hmm. And if you don't feel that way, then it may be time to reevaluate your inner circle. Here's the last 2. Can I trust this person with my secrets? And everybody has them. Can I trust it? Did you all know that 50% of pastors don't trust people? And the reason they don't have friends is because they don't feel like they can trust other pastors. So most pastors are solo dolo. Every pastor has a secret. Every pastor has a flaw. Every person has a secret. Every person has a flaw. But I'm starting to think that the reason we have this increasing number of anxiety and depression is because we have a decreasing number of real, authentic friendships. Because you shouldn't be in depression and anxiety if you have friends. That friendship can be a type and a shadow, a form of medicine, if you will. That we are carrying around a lot of stuff. And what if we had people that we can dump life on and they will take it to the grave? Mm-hmm. Number 10, here's my last one, y'all. In my inner circle, am I esteemed, affirmed, and supported? Dr. Gay, what do you mean? Why is it that every time I have a dream, goal, desire, it's critiqued? Hey, I'm thinking about going back to school to do this. Hey, I think I'm about to do this so far. And why is it with you, friend, it's not my season? Why you ain't got nothing to encourage it? Why? Listen, you know what I'm learning how to say, and I learned this from Bishop Brian Keith Hodges. I'm just starting to tell everybody this one phrase. Go for it. Go for it. I support it. It is not my role and responsibility unless a person gives me permission and asks my honest opinion. Other than that, you tell me to do something, I'm saying, go for it. I support it. Go for it. You can do it. Yes. You think I'll be successful? Yes. Yes, you'll be successful. As successful as you think you can be. Why is it that everything is a critique? Why is it everything? I'm starting to assume that your lack of support is intimidation.
That's it.
And you don't want me to get too far ahead of you. Pay attention to people that always, oh, I don't know, why are you doing this? That's not support. Hear me, y'all. Do you have friends that every time you turn around, they're telling you what you can do? Even if you're the friend like Crystal, they're always saying, hey, I can't do it.
What just happened? Crystal who?
It's one of the things I love
Is this
about.
number 10?
It's number 10. One of the things I love about Courtney Spencer is that she's going to always encourage you. You can do it. You're this, you're that. She's the encourager. She's the supporter.
Wait. I said that.
Don't worry about it. Not you. You don't do that. I'm talking about Court. She's always saying you can. She's the esteemer. She's the affirmer. Be around people like that. That's always affirming what you can do. Get this. Even if, listen, y'all, I'll end here. Then we got to go. Because I got to go work out. I texted my dad a couple years ago. I said, Pop, I think I want to run for presidency. He said, you can do it, son. Now I knew he was lying. Did you know that sometimes you can know a person doesn't have the capacity to do it, and you still say go for it, and you still say you can, because y'all, this is gonna mess you up. You don't have to tell me the truth all the time. Just let me have a reference of I can from you.
Wow.
All right. So today marks 5 years that I've been a full-time pastor. Today. Today is 5 years that I've been full-time. Okay? Now, y'all ready? Out of all the people I talked to about it, only one person said I could. And that was my sister. I love everybody. But out of all the people that I spoke to 5 years ago today about should I, she's the only one that didn't say, well, you know, it's going to be hard. Church folk don't do this. Church folk, she said, it's time. And I will never give anybody else the credit for that because no one said I could except her. I have a reference of someone telling me one of the most pivotal moments in my life. The only person that said go for it was my sister. 5 years ago today. So now that it's become decent, I'm pretty sure everybody would have whooshed to be the one that said, I told him he could do it. No, you didn't. Sometimes it's okay not to give me the big picture. Sometimes it's okay as a friend to say, you can do it, and I'm here to help you. May need to reevaluate your inner circle. Welcome to Bandwidth, y'all.
Welcome to Bandwidth, yo. Go and be great. Whatever you do, don't forget to be a lion.
Too easy. Man, I need a new intro, man. I need some new songs. I'm gonna do a new intro. I do? Okay, we'll put that on there next time. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Bandwidth, y'all. Hope you had a wonderful experience today. Chris, Court, Brand, Shakira, thank y'all, man. Do a wonderful job. 9,685 podcast downloads, y'all. 681 YouTube subscribers. It's time to monetize. Ching ching. How much y'all gonna charge me every time we do a show? When I start making money, how much y'all gonna charge me? You're gonna be the first one to give your price, your
Wait a
invoice.
minute.
You're gonna send me an invoice.
That's not true.
You're gonna be the first one.
That's not true. You see how the people look out, dude? Y'all, that's not true.
Chris, how much you gonna charge me, my
That's not
co-host?
true.
Charge.
In charge. Can you say that real quick?
Yeah.
Man. Have a good evening, everybody.